Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Yashala. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakakadash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Aquathian that's keeping the faith in the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts, man, more precepts. As I state all the time, man, anybody that know me, man, you gotta be humble in this truth. You gotta stay learning, right? You never too old to learn. You never too knowledgeable to learn, right? Learning equates growth, right? Growth equates life. But the only way you're gonna learn something, bro, is you have to be humble, right? You have to be humble. That's why the Messiah was saying, you got to be born again. You got to come into the truth as a babe, right? So, I'm gonna start. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, call Halayim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai for blessing me with humility. Because if I didn't have humility, man, I'd be stuck on a proud horse, and pride equals destruction, right? So, let's see. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 5. It says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. All right? Blessed are the humble, for they shall inherit the earth. Humility goes a long way in the truth, man. Right? Let's see, one more script, then I'm gonna get really to the point. Let's see. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15 says, study to show thyself approved unto power, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Right? Rightly dividing the word of truth, not based off of your own opinion, and like you really doing it in truth and sincerity, man. So you going precept upon precept. You praying to the Father to give you understanding of these words. You're not just picking up the book and just reading it and giving your own interpretation, because there is no private interpretation of the scriptures. There's only one way to read these scriptures, and that's truthfully. That's it. Right? So, with that being said, I gotta say salak, man. I gotta say salak to anybody that I ever brought this script out to, because I brought it out wrong. Let me see. The book of Joel, chapter 2, start at verse 1. For the longest, bro, I thought Joel 2 was speaking on Israel obtaining spiritual powers and basically going out and tearing shit up. But in actuality, that ain't the case. This is speaking about bombs over Babylon. This is speaking about the nations basically bombing the hell out of this place. Right? And like almost the whole Joel. Right, so check this out. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Right? Speaking about the day of the Lord, bro. This ain't speaking about the this ain't speaking about that payback in the hands of the Most High's people. This ain't speaking about it. All right, let me see. Salakia. Salakia, one sec. Okay, so all right, it says Joel 2:1, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble for the day of the Lord. Right, this is what it's speaking on. The day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. This Joel 2 is speaking about the day of the Lord. Right? Now, what coincides with the day of the Lord? It's the book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, for behold, the day cometh. That's speaking about the day of the Lord. Right? It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Right? This speaking about that lake of fire, man. Right? So back to Joel chapter 2. It says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Right? So when I read that in times past, that automatically had my head like, okay. This talking about us when we, get our powers and, we gonna do our thing better than any other people that's done it in the past. But no, it ain't talking about that. It ain't speaking about that. It's speaking about the people that's gonna come up against us. Let me see. So this Joel 1 and verse 6. For a nation is come up upon my land, strong and without number, whose teeth are the teeth of a lion, and he hath the cheek teeth of a great lion. Right? So it's speaking about a nation that's gonna come up against basically the daughter of Babylon, right? And it's a wrap. They're gonna burn this place down. Right? Verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. Right? So it's basically saying once those missiles hit, it's gonna leave destruction. Right? It's gonna bring destruction to the land. That's what it's speaking on. Right? It says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Meaning in order and hard and strong. It says, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, right? Like we read in Malachi 4. It says, as a strong people set in battle array, right? So that strong people set in battle array. Let me see. Go to Second Ezra 13:11. It says, and they were all mixed together. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me see. do this. I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand nor held sword nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Right, it says, And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Now, this is speaking about the Messiah coming back and doing all of this, right? The Messiah coming back and with the chariots, because if you read up further, it says well, let me just read it. Let me see. Yeah, verse 6 says, But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. Right, so this is the Messiah coming back with the chariots to destroy this place, right? But I just want to emphasize the other nations are coming against the Messiah, right? And this is all focused on the day of the Lord, right? The nations being burned up, right? It's being a war, and in the midst of that war, right, the Messiah coming back and doing his thing. But it's the Messiah that's coming back. It's not us that's doing this. This is the Messiah that's doing this, right? So, going back to Joel chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. Now, when it says all faces shall gather blackness, that means they're going to be astonished at the things that's going on, right? At the terrible events that are taking place. All right, let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 8 and verse 21. It says, For the hurt of the daughter of my people am I hurt. I am black. Astonishment have taken hold on me. Right? That blackness is a astonishment. Right? Let's look that word up. Astonished. Yeah, we basically trying to get understanding, man. Like I said earlier in the video, bro. Hey, whatever you feel like you know, keep studying, man, and pray to the Most High to give you absolute understanding of whatever the subject is. Especially if you're gonna go tell people about this thing, and you have to tell people about this thing. That's an order. That's a commandment by the Most High. Whatever you know as far as the truth go, you have to go tell the people. You got to feed the sheep, right? So we want to feed the sheep proper nourishment, man, not GMOs, right? So astonished, feeling or showing great surprise or wonder, right? So when you read in Joel 2:6, when it says all faces shall gather blackness. That means they will be astonished, meaning amazed and surprised. Why are these people going to be amazed and surprised? Well, first and foremost, they getting bombed. But secondly, these people are proud, right? Let me see. And this is why they proud. This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. That's because they have never been touched like that. But the Most High gonna touch them violently, right? It says, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right? It's a wrap. This place is done. And this is what we're reading about. Defini. Old Babylon, man. Right? So go back to Joel chapter 2, verse 7. It says, they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Like I was stating earlier, they not going to knock into each other. Like when missiles are launched, they have coordinates like in the missile. So when they push that button, it's not like it's not like it's gonna go off course, man. It's gonna stay on course. Even if they shoot six, seven of them at the same time, all seven of them are gonna hit their target, right? Unless they get shot down by the opposition. But it's gonna speak on that too, right? It's gonna speak on that too. In fact, in the next verse, well, first and foremost, but it says in verse 7, they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war. When those missiles are launched, they're not launched horizontally, they're launched vertically. Then once they reach a certain plateau, then they go horizontal. So then they go horizontally and shoot off to the target, right? Like a man climbing a wall, like a man of war climbing the wall. Because when men of war of old, when they had to climb them walls, they were getting shot down, arrows getting shot down at them. Once they got to the top of that wall and climbed over, straight destruction came after that. Because the whole point of the wall was to keep them out, right? So these are those missiles coming out of those silos, going straight up in the air, then going to their destination, right? So verse 8, it says, neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Ain't gonna be no shooting it down. These missiles are gonna reach their target. Now, Russia says they have missiles that cannot be stopped. They got hypersonic missiles, man. Right? If I'm not mistaken, China has the same thing. But I know Russia for sure. Right? So, yeah, like once again, man, salak, man. Anybody I ever told Joel 2 is pertaining to the 144,000 and us gaining spiritual powers. I'm so sorry. But that was the understanding that I had at the time. And the Most High blessed me with more, so I'm out here to tell it. And I'm going to tell it in truth and sincerity and in all meekness, bro. Because the point of it all is feed the sheep so that we all can enter into the kingdom. Right? Verse 9, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. Right? The Most High said he coming like a thief in the night. When them bombs hit, bro, ain't nowhere to hide. Ain't nowhere to run to. It's coming at you. Right? Verse 10, it says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. That's because it's going to be so many on, bro. And then once they hit the smoke and the dust that produces like the mushroom cloud, you're not seeing beyond that cloud. You're not seeing beyond that destruction. It's gonna be dark. Right? So, like I said, once again, man, salak, man. Right? You have to be humble in this truth, man. If you're not humble, pride cometh before destruction. So, most high willing, these precepts were edifying. But I just want to bring out this one more, man, because we are gonna receive spiritual powers. I could have went this route when speaking about the 144,000. I really should have, but for whatever reason, Joel 2 was just standing out a bit further to me. Maybe because the Most High wanted me to feel this humility so that I can learn that lesson. Man, it's a blessing to be humble, bro. For real, for real. It's a blessing. So, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. All praise to the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. By Hashem Harakakadash. Right, so, let me see. Jeremiah 51, I believe. 15. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay. This is Jeremiah 51 and 19. It says, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. Right? So, Yasha Allah is the Most High's inheritance. He loves us. He holds us nearer and dearer than any other people, according to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, and according to what we just read. Right, so verse 20, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. Speaking about Israel, says, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. Right? So fret not, y'all. We gonna get super powers. We gonna get them spiritual powers, bro. But Joel 2 is not pertaining to that. So most high willing, these precepts were edifying. Most high willing, this video was edifying. Call Halayim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Harakakadash. Shalom, Yasha Allah Shalom. Once again, salak, man. Salak, man. Salak. All right. Shalom.